Hey guys, hi, welcome back once again. My name is Vaishali, and today I want to talk about our interactions, or rather, more specifically, about this particular interview that I had attempted a few years back. So, a few years back, I had gone to give this interview wherein another human being was conducting my interview. And what I have realized is that many a times our ideas and our ideologies so encapsulate us that when they are questioned, we get rattled because our identities or the way we have identified with those very ideas become questionable. Which makes me reflect on the quote, people don't have ideas, but ideas have people. So coming back to the interview, the first question that is always invariably asked is, so tell me something about yourself. And since this person had seen my name on my CV, the person happened to personalize it and say, so Vaishali, tell me something about yourself. And by then I had really started pondering on the question, who am I? Probably the most interesting and the most intriguing question that we always can ask ourselves. Probably the most interesting inquiry we can always make. So coming back to the question, so Vaishali, tell me something about yourself. I had begun to inquire, do my skills define me, or do I define and redefine my skills? Do I get to be my own curator? Do I get to be my own creator? Do I get to reinvent myself? Or is it my skills that define me, that create me, that curate me? And somewhere in the process, I realized that I'm more than my skills. And yes, my skills relatively help me establish an identity, but those skills can always be created and recreated. I can always learn something new. I can always learn something better, and in the process, create a better version of me. So my skills definitely help in providing a reference point to what Vaishali is, but they do not encapsulate the whole essence of Vaishali. So then, having come to a certain understanding of who am I replied, well, I am life, an embodied expression of life, trying to grow and evolve its own self through certain personal and interpersonal interactions. And the person stopped and probably wasn't expecting the answer that was usually given. And the person on the other side of the table stopped, paused, and smiled and said, well, that's interesting. I've never heard that answer before. So over here, I wasn't trying to defy the norms. On the other hand, I was acknowledging that I am a life form, that I am life, an embodied expression of life, interacting with an equal life form. But then I was still required to talk about my skill sets, which I did. The next question that invariably followed was, tell me about your strengths and weaknesses. And for that, my answer was, my strengths and weaknesses are being human, which I also think was very interesting but very unexpected at the same time. And seeing that I had worked in so many different places and have so many different work profiles, I was asked as to why is there a certain inconsistency with regards to my work, which somewhere implied to me that why had I constantly shifted my work profiles and my workplace. And understanding that from the other side of the concretized ideas, I said, so I do see your point, but I think I have been pretty consistent with the only thing that is truly constant, which is change. It's the only constant that is required for growth and evolution. I was told that this interview took longer than most other interviews, that it was the most interesting interview that has ever been conducted, which made me come back and reflect as to what does interview actually mean? Where did it originate from? And the origin of the interview means to see. To see and view the person for who the person is beyond the skill sets is my understanding of what viewing and seeing is all about. And since we all learn in hindsight, there are a few things that I had learnt. Firstly, we probably do not have as many ideas as we think we do have, but it's rather the ideas that have us. Secondly, what I also realized is that when we say that life is a process, that life is a journey, that life is a travel path, we fail to address ourselves as life. And anything that takes birth, recreates and recreates itself and dies one day is essentially life. So when we do not address ourselves as lives, we essentially fail to have that connection with life itself. Thirdly, our strengths and weaknesses are all relative to the aspect of being human, of being a life form. So for many of us, our biggest strengths can be our friends, our families, our communities. They can also be our biggest weaknesses. If we can only understand that we are life, and the greatest factor and the biggest strength about life is that it's resilient. But its greatest weakness is also that it's pretty fragile. And unless we address those two aspects about life, we will fail to address those aspects about ourselves as well. The next thing that I learned was we get stuck with the word constant, failing to understand the very word that is constant. Change is the only constant. So let's take a pause. Let's reflect on ourselves. Let's reflect whether we have ideas or ideas have us. Let's reflect whether our skills define us or we get to define and redefine ourselves through creating and recreating and recreating ourselves. Whether are we the creator of our skills or our skills are our creators. Let's truly reflect on change being the only constant and not getting stuck with the last word constant itself. For that is the only place wherein we get to recreate and recreate our own selves over and over and over again. Let's see how all of those ideas relatively hold true for all of us. Let's think about all of those things a little more. Let's be a little present with our own selves, and I will see you once again soon. Till then, stay tuned in, and guys, if you do like the contents of my videos, please do like, share and subscribe.